William Ransom. Your servant, madam.
How are you, Charles?
I'm fantastic. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Waiting with bated breath for the next episode to pick up where I left off. But to start with, in the mid-season finale, Jamie finally got to speak to William as a man for the first time, which means nothing to William at the time. But for you, Charles, what was it like to have that scene with Sam?
You know what? It was really special because it was a long time coming. I got cast as, Jamie Fraser's son, and we spent the first 8 episodes not really interacting at all. We had that one very first scene where he saw me from afar, but William didn't see him. So in a sense, I did get to work with him on that day. But it was one of those weird moments where it felt, because I was still relatively new to the show at that point, it felt a little bit surreal because that moment didn't happen until then, and then it was really happening. And there's a lot of emotions in that scene. Obviously, he almost just shot me, about a day before, and I knew that as well. So there's and I have all of these memories. William has all these memories from him back at Hellwater when he was a boy. So it's a very loaded scene, even for William, who doesn't understand the most loaded part of this is that's his dad. And I mean, it's all going to come to, a climax very soon. So,
Right. And speaking of dads, in the next few episodes, we get maybe more insight into your relationship with your other dad, Lord John Grey. Can you talk about maybe how does William see his father's eternal loneliness?
Yeah, it's I think the Greys are just generally a little bit sad, aren't they? And Williams inherited that as well. But maybe it's something they could bond over because, poor William, I'm rooting for him and Miss Rachel Hunter, but I think his cousin might have him beat. So, I mean, I think it's maybe something they talk about over a game of chess. That's for sure.
And of course, we have to talk about the moment at the end of the third episode back. William comes face to face with the fact that Jamie is indeed his birth father. What is going through his mind in that moment? And can you tease how he's going to deal with it?
I think it's just absolute chaos and rage. And because he's Jamie's son, there is that fire in him, that there is that kind of primal Scottish rage. So, I mean, I don't think he deals with it in the best way. I think he gets a little bit angry, that's for sure. But I mean, from William's perspective, his entire life, his moral compass, his sense of direction all comes from his identity as this English lord. And that falls apart in a moment. And it turns out that all of these people that he thought cared for him, that do care for him, were the very people lying to him for his entire life. So I think he loses his sense of self in that moment. And hurt people. So I think he's a bit of a tornado at the moment.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Last but not least, you did mention Miss Rachel. And of course, my heart breaks for poor little William. Do you think he can find love elsewhere? Or is he doomed to repeat his father's?
Oh, I still think there's hope. I think he's going to end up with Rachel in the end. That's my theory.
Oh, okay.
I know there are a series of books that maybe think otherwise, but I'm rooting for him. I'm in denial right now. I think eventually he will find love, but I do think he has a lot of soul searching to do. I think he has a lot of healing to do. Like I said, hurt people. So he has to get over his identity crisis that he's currently facing before he can, I think, truly be present for another person.
And I look forward to that healing journey. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful rest of your day.
Cheers. Have a good one.